Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here, and I hope you're all well, and you join me today for another look at video. We're just looking at some of the upcoming content. Of course, yesterday helicopters were announced, big news. Yes, yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Helicopters were announced, of course. Probably the worst kept secret for Gaijin. We kind of knew it was coming. Anyway, we finally got the premiums, and yeah, because of course premiums. And premiums will get you into the helicopter closed beta testing. So, if you want to test these things, this is the way to go. And there are some packs available too. So first of all, we'll be looking at the American pack, if I can get the right button. The American pack contains... Bad wargaming, go away. The American pack contains... Yeah, I'm cheating on War Thunder. Ooh, don't let anybody know. So, the XM1 and the Huey Hog. So, this contains the XM1 General Motors, so the premium Abrams, basically, and the Huey. So you get the Huey D, I think it is. Trying to think of the actual make of it. It's one of the later ones. There's so many variants of these things. So anyway, in this... with the Huey, you get the Huey UH-1C XM30, which is a rank 5 American helicopter. I'm pretty sure it's 9.0 BR, but that can change, of course. Get premium account. You get a pre-order unique... Shh, go away. Decal, Pathfinder title, and you get, of course, closed beta testing. So the UH-1C... IAQs, a helicopter also known as a Huey, one of the most famous American helicopters, of course. You know, creating clear order revival plays. You know, right, flight of the Valkyries as you're charging into battle. Awesome helicopter, helicopter that was used in so many wars. It's a very, very important helicopter for the Yanks. And it did so much, you know, it was just an all-round, all-purpose helicopter. This thing was a brilliant thing. So, this helicopter, you get the Model 1C, which is a slightly later variant, an upgraded 1,110 horsepower engine, allowing up to 135 miles per hour, 220 kph, and just over 13,000 feet, so 5,000, just under 6,000 meters service ceiling. Big thing on this Huey is you get the machine guns, unguided rockets, and of course, tow ATGMs. You can also install a XM30 cannon system, which is basically a little cannon system that goes on the side. Of course, I don't have any pictures of it there, but basically it's a little tiny cannon that goes on the side of it, and it just sort of sits there, and you can sort of see it in this picture. It's a twin 30mm cannons, basically, and of course you get the I'm gonna probably say the wrong one, but the Native American decal there. Now, the next big one is the Russians, the Ruskies. So with the Russians, there we go. The Russian pack. Now it's the actual pack costs are relatively expensive, so just under $70 US. But in that, you will get yourself a Huey and a Abrams, or, which I think is the better option here, because this is just a better tank all round. I think I'm not a fan of the XM1 personally. The armor's not that great. They're an okay vehicle. Anyway, in this pack, you get the T55AM as well as the Hind. So, first of all, the Hind. There we go. Click on the right button that time. Hooray! So the Hind, the MI-24D, basically crocodile. Beautiful helicopter, one of the most used attack helicopters, sorry, in the world. I think it's the most widely used one in the world. Many nations use it, and for good reason. This thing is a bloody beast. It's you know, it's got ejector seats, it's got armor, it's got everything. This thing is an absolute warrior. So with the helicopter, with the standard pack, which is $40, same as the Huey, you get the Mi-24 helicopter with the Czechoslovakian Air Force camouflage, 2,000 Golden Eagles, premium account, unique Czechoslovakian Army coat of arms, as well as the unique title Sharp Toothed. So with the Mi-24D, the Mi-24 series was developed in the late 60s, most widely used attack helicopter. The Mi-24D was released in 1972 and has several distinctive features over the original Mi-24A model. This model has a redesigned forward fuselage with two separate cockpits for the pilot and gunner in tandem configuration. Also, a new titanium armour was installed, which sustained shots from around 20mm guns and armoured cockpit glass. The armament consisted of a 12.7mm caliber 4-barrel rotary cannon, 4 SACLOS Flanger MV anti-tank missiles with 550mm of penetration, and basically all the ordnance in the universe. So you could basically fit anything to a Hind. The Hind can carry, I'm pretty sure it's 250 or 500, no, two 500 kilogram bombs, I think, because it's got a payload capable of 1,000 kilograms, as well as just tons of guns, tons of rockets, just everything this thing has. So yeah, pretty deadly beast this helicopter is. The other thing, as I said, you get is the T-55. Now the T-55 is the AM model, so it's a T-55 AM. Now this was a variant of the T-55, of course, the Russian tank. But this variant was up-armoured. It had basically the same sort of turret armour as the whatever it is, this one here, the T-62 M1, pretty much. Very similar turret construction, the sort of turret look to it. You got the additional padded, sort of attached armour here, which will give it the composite armour on the turret, which will just help it quite a lot in that respect. Big thing though is the hull armour, because the hull armour is quite good on the T-55 originally, so it's a relatively thick hull armour, and I think that's composite as well. So you get a assault rifle, 3D decoration, yay, assault rifle. Hopefully it's a Kalashnikov, that would be fun. And also the undefeated title for that one. So the T-55 AM is a modified version of the T-55 developed by Soviet engineers in the mid-80s. Distinctive features on this model are increased hull and turret protection and an upgraded fire control system with laser rangefinder. The tank has a 2-shot smoke grenade launcher and also the Bastion ATGM system. So with this, missiles can penetrate up to 600mm of armour, can be shot out of the barrel. The vehicle also has a improved engine because it does have a bit of extra weight to it with that extra armour. Top speed of 54 kilometers per hour. 100mm gun, which can fire standard shells as well as the ATGM. And also you've got a Dushka on top and a 7.62mm machine gun. So sort of look at it there in the action, and you can sort of see relatively good tank. Sorry, I just got confused there just by the rocket barrel there. But anyway, you've got the up-armoured vehicle, you've got the huge smoke grenades. These things are massive, very large amount of smoke. Very nippy tank. T-55 is a decent tank anyway. Yeah, sorry, I was just double checking because I just had a moment of, is that the ATGM on the turret? No, it's not. The ATGM does fire through the gun turret. So the 100mm gun on it is very similar to the previous model. So if we look at the actual A variant, we can sort of get an idea of how the tank's going to be. Armour-wise, you've got that very thick frontal armour that's very sloped. You've also got this lovely trolley turret that's very curved. But basically, it's a up-armoured version of the T-55, and it's a premium T-55 with lots of armour, basically. So it will be a 9.0, sorry, it'll be a 9.0, probably the same as the Mini Abrams. So that's all that's been announced so far. Of course, I'll keep you updated on some more bits and bobs in the future. The T-55A is an interesting tank, though. Sorry, the AM. Honestly, if you're looking at doing a pre-order, I would recommend going for the Russian variant, because that T-55 is going to be a very good tank to use. Look, the XM1 is not a bad vehicle. It's not a bad tank, but I just get the feeling that the Russian version is going to be a bit better. The Huey as well is not bad. That 30mm auto cannon is going to be relatively good, but it is going to struggle to get through tank armour. You have to remember, with the helicopter, you're a very slow-moving target. To get through tank armour with the 30mm, you're going to have to fly pretty much above it and then shoot down, and that's going to be very hard to do. So it's not going to help out in that. It's not going to help out much in that respect. The ATGMs on it are okay. Where are we? So you got the tow ATGMs on the Huey. So I'm wondering if they're going to be WASD controlled missiles. The Huey has 6 tow missiles, let's say, whereas the Hind has, how many did it have? It had 4, only 4 anti-tank guided missiles. But I believe the Hind, from what I've seen on the footage, has a mouse controlled ATGM, whereas the Huey looks like it might be WASD. But of course that can all change. Things like that will change in that respect. Both are very stable platforms, but the Huey is very vulnerable to small arms fire. So make of it what you will, decide what you will. If you're going to go for a pack, go for the Russian, as I say, because the tank in that is just it's a very good tank. But I will let you know more once it comes out, once we know some more details of things, and I will keep you all up to date. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.